Texas. We have Coach White, Katie Stewart, and Caden Henry with us today. Coach, if you'll start us out with the opening statement.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to thank Georgia for hosting the tournament. I know there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes and preparation, and too many people to thank, and some worry about the weather, but now it seems to have been pretty good. Obviously, it's tough for them to lose out and not have the fans here, but hopefully we can get some people out to watch. It was a decent crowd today. The Ole Miss game today was incredible run of emotions. Definitely a roller coaster. You're up and you think you've got well in hand, and then they keep fighting, and you got to tip your cap to them. They played tremendously well, especially in the field, some late plays there. But for our team, just some good fight and come back to be able to take a win in a big situation.
Thank you, Coach. We'll get going with questions.
Mike, when they had that little mishap at second base and you knew Neal was coming to the plate, what was your level of confidence considering that she's been swinging like that?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's her. I mean, I know she was disappointed. She had a chance earlier to be able to do some damage with 2 out and just pop that pitch up. Fortunately she was able to come through, but it's hard to beat her with the pitch. She's going to get some sort of bat on it, and fortunately she had enough of it over the center fielder's head.
First row.
Big picture question. Now that you've had the full regular season in the SEC, what stands out to you about the conference?
Well, definitely the anybody can beat anybody for sure. It's just one of those deals, and you've seen it all year. And I thought that the winning team for the conference would have 5 losses, and I was off there as 7. Just the back and forth is just tremendous. The pitching level, the hitters, it was just a great. And then the organization from Jeremy Hammond and his crew do a fantastic job. Even Christy Cornwell, the umpire, does a great coordinator, does a fantastic job in organizing all the umpires, and it's very professional.
Second row. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you got it.
Tied the 10th ball game with that 5-run inning coming up to the plate that next inning. What was the vibe like in the dugout, and what were those conversations like between the offense?
Yeah, it was just the process was it's a 0-0 ball game now, and so just staying on the attack and not trying to die out and staying together as a team, staying loud and knowing that we're going to get back into this game even if it's a dogfight.
You get punched in the mouth, right? And it's adversity at that point, but it's being able to make those adjustments, trust each other, and, making sure to do what we can on the field and at the plate to be able to push through and get the win that we needed.
And Katie, can you walk us through that home run at bat and what was the plan with the box there?
I think the first pitch, kind of knowing that I was way above the ball, so knowing that an adjustment needed to be made right then and there. Also just trusting myself, knowing that's kind of a pitch that I haven't been the best at, so knowing that I was able to execute that in that moment right there was a lot of emotions for me.
First row.
Kate, in your last at bat, what did you see when Ashton called the second ball first?
I kind of just knew I hit it right to her, so it was kind of just like, okay, we're going to have to go back out there. But seeing that there's a bobble, knowing that, the speed of Ashton puts pressure on them, knowing that's going to be hard for that play to be made to get me out, it was a lot of confidence knowing that Mia's right behind me and the way she's been playing this season that, we had it in the bag.
Question for Mike. On the pitching changes, timing, where were you at on Keegan to set, and then for Katie, shortstop, how's that feel, and is that your future?
You want to go first?
Shortstop, I've said it before, but growing up and in high school, I played shortstop, and so knowing that there was a possibility I could come play there at some point this season, I think it's just having the confidence in myself that I have played there before and I know how to play it. It's just getting back into the swing of things and staying confident, and really, who knows what's in the future? It kind of just depends on how the team clicks together.
Yeah. As far as the pitching changes go, that's always a tricky situation of, if you do or you don't. Hindsight can always be much better looking. But Tegan seemed to be flattening out a little bit, and they weren't having any swings and misses. So it was time to make a change, and Setlali did a fantastic job coming in and using her off speeds and her ability to throw some good drop balls at times, and then we played some good defense behind her. And they still got a couple runs, but at least we kind of bent, but we didn't break. And I think that's important in that situation that we are able to do that. And of course, they got a little unlucky with that line out to center field that Caden made a nice catch on.
You gonna stay here and watch the next game? Or you are gonna go back to the hotel?
Well,
I'm
fortunately,
going
our
home.
bus has TV, so, but we're about an hour away.
Would you like to see A&M again, considering you missed them this year and how good that series was last year in Super Regionals?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Why not? I mean, it prepares us just for next week regionals. It prepares us for super regionals. Once we do our job, then it prepares us for the World Series as well.
Have any more questions?
Oh, yeah, one more for Mike. What do you think of the facilities?
Yeah.
In general, what do you think of the facilities in the SEC? And what's it gonna take to get something like this in Austin?
Yeah, those are good questions. We're very interested in looking at other facilities around the country and what they have, especially SEC, and there's been a lot of major upgrades throughout the conference, and of course Georgia spent a lot of money on theirs, and I guess there's more plans to finish the stadium itself, and so it's going to be interesting to see how that all comes out. But we know we're lagging a little bit. That stadium was built in 1997, and it's showing its age in areas, but we did put a new indoor facility up there. It was great for the players and a player development center. So that was our number one priority, but now the priority is to actually make a stadium, hopefully with a roof that we can protect the fans from the sun and also entrap the noise. But Oklahoma's is first class, as far as housing over 4,000 people. I think that shows that if you build it, they will come. And I think that, we have a waiting list for season tickets in Austin. And I think we can do the same thing. I mean, the level of softball these young ladies are playing is tremendous, and it's a great game to watch.
Anything else for Katie or Caden? Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.